what you offer, Gareth, is sense of like security awareness. I think is very much key, and I think it still very much is neglected from organisations, thinking that okay, I don't need to have an element of security awareness because we've not been hit yet, so we're probably okay. And that's very much a naive way to think, because when you've been hit, it's too late, isn't it? And it could be a very, very costly bill. So yes, obviously to then sort of move it on then. How do we solve this? How do we solve it moving forward?
So I suppose, like, again, that feeling that I walked away with, and sometimes, again, you see in the post, like, why are you having to work so hard to convince? Obviously, I'm in the business to try and sell my services, so I can see that there'll be an element of scepticism. Like, Gareth's telling us this because he wants to sell his services, which I do, but for a good reason. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think it was right. But I'm also like, I think there's an element of it won't happen to me. So I think for the business is where's the perceived value in security. It can cost quite a bit of money. Doesn't have to. And again, I think this is where bad consultants or bad advice or even bad assumptions by the business, they don't see the value in it, or they look something up, they go, right, how much would it cost me to get ISO 27001 certified? And they look at the price tag and they're like, blimey, that's, I can't justify that.
Yep.
And you've got to be sensible. It's not right for all businesses. It depends what margins you're working on. You've got to decide. But that's where I'm quite surprised that sometimes I'll get brought into a job where they've already decided what certification they want. And now sometimes that's because someone has demanded it of them. One of the clients has demanded it. So like, well, that's okay, makes sense. But often it's like, well, why do you want this? Why do you want NIST or ISO? Or, what's the reason behind it? They're like, well, it's just what they've seen another company's got. So I'm like, okay. Well, I was like, but we need to go to ground level and figure out why you need it. What I run through something called a business impact assessment, where we figure out what information are you holding and how valuable is it to you, and how long could you be denied access to it, and what would be your reputational damage and things like that, because then you can decide what you need, and you can also scale it proportionately, because you're like, well, hang on a minute, our only real concern is GDPR, because we hold some personal data, not a lot, this, that and the other. So like going down a full NIST cybersecurity framework to protect small businesses, small number of information, I think that's just it's overkill. And anyone trying to sell them something like that is they're going too far. Whereas I think you've got good things like IASME, Cyber Essentials Plus, Cyber Assurance Level 1, things like this. There's guidance there, and I think to a certain degree, one of the reasons why it's not acknowledged is because the business can't see the value in the layout. And I think firstly, it's like, well, are you looking at the right thing? Are you pricing up the right products? Because have you actually decided what you need yet? The other thing by working through a business impact analysis is like, it'll show you what damage it will do to your business, type of thing, and you're like, oh, right, okay. So that can be useful. I think it's a bit like the submarine or the iceberg analogy type of thing. You can see this bit here, but the rest of it's under the water. Can't see the value of it, so they don't want to invest. And I think that's just information. I also think legislation's coming in soon, which is going to force that issue, to be honest. But then I think the other thing is it's someone else's problem. Again, and this is where we come down to using the term cyber. It alienates the people that we want it, because they're like, oh, the CTO deals with that. Something like it's not a business issue, it's a technical issue. That's just wrong. It's not. It's like, it's your business information, it's your clients, it's your sales that will drop off if you don't do it. The business needs to see it as its own entity, and not write it off. Or even if you have got your security people working separately, it's not just Gareth's problem. Gareth's our security consultant. It's his problem to deal with. It's not. It takes the whole team. Like we said, health and safety needs the whole group to work together on it, and as does security. It needs, it's a 24/7 threat, so you need to be people to be aware 24/7. As they're working for you.